Hey guys, this is Jenny with Pratt Family Homestead. I've been asked a few times to do a video on how I make our laundry soap. It was right after we moved in here, but 2.5 years ago I started making our own laundry soap. Family of 6, we go through a lot of laundry, way more than what I like to wash and fold and put away, but it's the way that it is. And it was costing us quite a bit of money to be able to just laundry soap, fabric softeners, all this stuff. So I decided to try my hand at making our own laundry soap, and we really like the results. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I am going to do it slightly different this time. Hopefully the outcome still ends up good. I guess you will find out in the end. But what I use for my recipe is I use what's behind me. I have the Arm & Hammer All Natural Super Washing Soda and 20 Mule Team Borax, and then you need a bar of soap. In the past I've used Zote Bar, but this time I'm going to use this coconut oil soap that one of our viewers sent us. So I'm very excited to try that out. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Since this soap is a little bit smaller than what I would get if I were to grate down a full bar of soap, Zote Bar that I was using, and there's tons of bars of soap. I mean, you can do Dr. Bronner's, you can do Ivory, you can get any kind of bar of soap, and other, even like goat milk soap, anything like that. Since these are smaller, I'm only going to be doing a half recipe today, so it's only going to fill half of a 5-gallon bucket. But for the full recipe, obviously double it. And I'll also have the information in the description below. I make a liquid soap. You can make liquid or powder. My preference is liquid. Do what works for you. Do your research. Find out, is there other ingredients that you want to try instead of this recipe. Do whatever works for you. The recipe that I follow came off from wellnessmama.com. So I'll link that down below as well. I'll list the ingredients, anything like that. So yeah, this is the process, so here we go. What I need to do first is grate down my soap. Soap, and I'm going to add it in this pot, which has 2 quarts of water in it, and I'm going to gradually heat it up, stirring it until the soap is completely dissolved. Or throw it all over the stove. So while that's melting on the stove, what you want to do is you want to take your 5-gallon bucket, and since, again, I'm doing a half recipe, my bucket is only filled halfway up. So normally you would put 4.5 gallons in, but I did just over 2 gallons. And you need to put your washing soap, your washing soda, and your borax into the water and stir it until it's completely dissolved. You want this water to be very hot. Okay guys, it looks like my coconut soap has dissolved. So we're going to move on to the next step. So this is the borax and washing soda, all dissolved. And this is my pot of coconut oil soap, all dissolved. So I'm going to add the 2 together. I'm going to pour the soap mixture into the 5-gallon bucket. Just like so. And then I'm going to stir. And now I cover it and it sits overnight, and then tomorrow I'll open it up and I'll stir it, or maybe I'll even just close the lid the rest of the way and give it a good shake, and it'll be ready to use. So that's that. Alright, so here it is the next day. I gave it a good stir, sudsed up. It smells great, and it's a nice liquid consistency. It's not clumpy, there's no chunks, nothing like that. It mixed up very nicely. So I'm excited to try it out now. Alright, so this gray blanket is what I washed, and I love the way that it came out. I love the feel of it. It feels clean, it smells clean, it's soft. And also, one thing I wanted to state about the coconut oil soap is that I have actually read that coconut oil soap is one of the best soaps to use for making your own homemade laundry soap. So I'm excited to get my hands on some more of it. I love the way this turned out. I love the way that it suds up in the bucket. It's easy to make. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Pretty easy, pretty simple. 3 ingredients plus water. I guess if you count water, that's 4. But like I said, definitely do your homework, do your research on it, find out what works for you, what works for your homestead, what works for your family. Change up the amounts for the recipe based on how much laundry soap do you go through. Do you really want a 5-gallon bucket sitting around if it's going to last you 2 years? I will say that a 5-gallon bucket generally lasts us close to a year, unless we have like a ton of extra laundry, which this past year we did because we did a lot more camping, and so I was washing twice as much bedding. So it really does vary, but do your research on what ingredients you want to use, what kinds of soap do you want to use, add essential oils for different smells. Lemon is supposed to help with removing stains, so we look into that. There's a ton you can do. There's a ton of different recipes. I will say also that this recipe is high efficiency safe, the powder and the liquid form. So that's kind of a bonus because we do have a high efficiency washer and dryer set. So I do like that. I will also say that our youngest boy, Andrew, has always dealt with skin issues because of his eczema from his allergies. We didn't find out his allergies until after we had moved here and after I had started making our own laundry soap, and it has been pretty sensitive on his skin. It did not irritate his skin whatsoever. He does seem to have sensitive skin, even with environmental stuff. So it has been nice that it hasn't caused any issues for him either. So yeah, again, I'll link the original recipe down below. I'll put in what ingredients it is that I use in this video. I'll also list the other bar soap that I have used in the past. And also keep in mind that what I made today was only half of the recipe that is listed on the website. So there's that. There's our laundry soap. Thank you to our viewer that sent us that soap. I'm very excited to see how this batch of laundry detergent works out compared to the ones that I've made in the past. I can tell you that the smell is already better. I love it. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sending that to us. And I hope you enjoy this video. We'll talk to you guys later. This is Jenny with Pratt Family Homestead. Bye.